Hello everyone, thanks so much for stopping by today. If this was recommended to you by YouTube, or if you clicked on this link expecting to see my first impressions of Stronger With You Amber by Emporio Armani, that's exactly what I'm going to do when we come back, is I'm going to give you guys my first impressions of this brand new flanker. I've got that and more coming up, so stay tuned. Welcome back everyone to my first impressions of Emporio Armani's Stronger With You Amber. Even though this fragrance retail is running around $130, it's one of those fragrance lines that I will absolutely buy every single flanker that they come out with, simply because the line itself is so purely good. Like, they haven't released a bad flanker, in my opinion, in the line. They just have some that are a bit stronger in terms of overall appeal and mass appeal and usage than a few of the others. Is Stronger With You Amber one of those? Is it going to be a big contender? And better yet, when it does finally make its way to the United States, will you want to purchase it? We're going to answer all of those questions today. But before we do, and in typical fashion, let's take a closer look at that presentation. We're not going to linger too long on it because it should be by now very familiar to everyone. The box looks like a metallic orange color. Maybe they're trying to go for amber. At the top it says exclusive edition, Stronger With You Amber, Emporio Armani, 100 ml or 3.3 fluid ounces. It is an EDP concentration. The sides of the box just have the continuing band, but no additional information. The back of the box has the ingredients listing, address information, a UPC, a very small QR code, and some additional stickers. The bottom of the box has some additional stickers along with the distribution information and a batch code 38W000A. The top of the box has the Emporio Armani logo embossed into it. This new exclusive edition bottle has a shiny gold lid, and the bottle itself is a nice amber color. It says Stronger With You Amber in the typical gold lettering with a gold band around it, and then Emporio Armani in gold at the bottom. On the bottom of the bottle is a small adhesive sticker with some additional information that's nearly unreadable because it's so small, with the exception of that batch code, which again is 38W000A. The atomizer pump has the Emporio Armani logo on top of it, and it is gold. I really like that bottle. I like the fact that you can see through it, but the glass is clearly an amber color. Don't know if the juice is colorized or not, but we know that glass is, and it looks great. Just for comparison's sake, I'm going to hold up Stronger With You Absolutely, and today, in fact, I'm going to kind of sort of compare Stronger With You Amber with Stronger With You Absolutely, because to me, at least so far, Stronger With You Absolutely is the penultimate of the line in terms of the best to buy and to purchase, but good luck finding it. It's really hard to find right now, unfortunately. Hopefully they're not getting rid of all the other flankers. None of them have been discontinued thus far. We know that this one will eventually make its way here to the US. I was actually able to purchase this from a Canadian discounter. There are some sites out there that you can get it, and you can order it from a UAE site if they do ship to the United States, but you're probably going to pay a ton in shipping. Before we smell this, we're not going to go into a ton of detail in terms of the notes. All they have listed for the notes are provincial lavender, bourbon vanilla, and of course amber, right? So amber is the primary focus of this fragrance. Of course, lavender and vanilla are in all of the fragrances. Does it still have that kind of glazed chestnut? That's my big question, because to me, that's kind of the takeaway from all of the Stronger With You fragrances, is that kind of boozy chestnut, fuzzy, almost cashmere-like in terms of olfactive appeal and comfort and familiarity. I do like the fact that the aperture is black so that you can very easily see where you're spraying. Waste a couple sprays. So the pump, the atomizer, is pretty much the same in all of the Stronger With You line. Getting a very, very strong sense of amber in this, and that's not a surprise. Just like there's more of a leather note in Stronger With You Leather, and just like there's more of an oud note to Stronger With You Oud, there's more amber in this. Oh, big shock. But does it take away from the Stronger With You DNA, or does it add something to it? That's really hard to answer off a litmus, so I'm gonna spray my arm. I really like that open. That open is very, very nice. I will say this, it's definitely not as sweet as I expected it to be. So they've toned down the sweetness quite a bit. But for you lovers of sweet gourmand fragrances, never fear, it's definitely there. It's just toned down a bit, which I like that. It doesn't take away from, you know, kind of what you're expecting, and it doesn't take away from, you know, how the fragrance comes across and is projected. Although I do love my sweet fragrances, it's not quite as syrupy sweet. Some of that body is growing quite a bit. That amber is, instead of being rough, similar to resins, amber can come across a bit rough sometimes. This is a smooth, very nice kind of, I won't say granulated, it's more of like a smooth kind of amber. You know, if it were sandpaper, it would be 220 grit, right? The very smooth, not like the rough. Super smooth. Now, one of the differences I can tell right away without even comparing, but I'm going to go ahead and compare so that I'm giving you good information from, which I love, Stronger With You, absolutely. So I'm pretty sure I'm remembering correctly, but I'm going to do that comparison now just to make sure. Yeah, okay. So both of the fragrances, Stronger With You, absolutely, and Amber, they both carry that Stronger With You, that specific aspect of very warm, very rich, very inviting, and again, almost like a cashmere, like cozy, fuzzy, warm sweetness about it. Not that cashmere is sweet, but add the sweetness to it, and that's what you have. The big difference is Stronger With You Amber is more amber oriented than it is sweet nutty. So there's not really that boozy nutty nuance or aspect of Stronger With You Amber that's in Stronger With You Absolutely. That's the biggest difference. This may not have that chestnut, that glazed chestnut note, or that rum in it that's in Stronger With You Absolutely. But to my nose, it takes nothing away from it. It's just more amber centric, you know? Amber is almost like a light form of incense in terms of its, you know, how heavy and pungent it comes across and how rough. This is a kind of a medium rough amber. If you were to compare like Chopard Amber Malachi to this, although I love Chopard Amber Malachi, this is a bit more smooth and more attenuated to a mass appealing kind of amber. On top of the Stronger With You DNA. So overall, I would say if you have Stronger With You Absolutely and you're happy with that, you can stick to that. But if you are a lover of the line and you're a completionist, by all means, definitely pick this up when it makes its way here to the US. Personally, I feel like this is a strong contender. It might just be the best Stronger With You flanker as an exclusive edition. I don't know yet because I haven't had yet an opportunity to wear it and to check how it actually performs. Stronger With You Absolutely is an absolute beast of a fragrance. This one has never let me down. It is amazing how well it performs and how much it projects overall. So my expectation is that this will at least come pretty close to Stronger With You Absolutely. If it does, then this may be my new favorite because I really like that enriching amber orientation, that more heavy amber, because this is an ambery fougere fragrance. That's its classification. So how do you make an ambery fougere fragrance better? You just add more amber to it, notch up the sweetness through time. It's almost like time release sweetness because you don't get that overall sweet vibe right away. You know, it opens up over time, and I really like that about it. With that additional amber, it's definitely a bit warmer and richer, but definitely toned down the sweetness just a bit, and that may make quite a few people happy that aren't all about the syrupy sweet, you know, fougere, ambery fougere fragrances or gourmand fragrances. This line just keeps getting better and better. I really don't know what they're going to do in the future, but they're really ramping up you know, the competition between the flankers in the line in terms of which one is the best. How I would characterize that is just, it keeps getting better and better, and I can't wait to see what they do next. Of course, the very nature of amber is kind of in tandem with vanilla and other fragrance notes that are best used or best utilized in cooler weather, so I would say the same for Stronger With You Amber, but it's definitely something that you can make a signature scent because amber is in almost all men's fragrance, pretty much, unless it's a light aquatic or something like that. So in terms of what weather to wear this, is going to be no different than any of the other Stronger With You. Well, that's a wrap on my first impressions of Emporio Armani's Stronger With You Amber. I really like this. I love the line. It just, again, it keeps getting better and better. Definitely wait until it comes to the US. If you're wanting a bottle, it will make its way here, or some discounters will have it available, but you're going to pay upwards of $130 or $140 for a bottle of it. Thanks so much for stopping by to check out today's first impressions video. I certainly enjoyed it. I hope you did. And thank you so much for your continued support on my channel. I'm Tommy with Studio Sense, and I'll see you tomorrow.